My husband, Leo, sat me down on our 10th anniversary and told me our spark was gone. He didn't say he was cheating. He said we needed freedom. He suggested an open marriage. I saw the way he gripped his phone. He already had his coworker, Sarah, on speed dial. He expected me to cry, to beg, or to leave with nothing. Instead, I looked him in the eye, smiled, and said, "Okay, Leo, but let's protect our assets first. For the kids." He was so desperate to get to Sarah that he signed the papers without a second glance. That was his first mistake. His second, forgetting that I am a senior forensic accountant. For months, Leo lived a double life. He was working late, which really meant fancy dinners and weekend getaways with Sarah. Every time he came home smelling like her perfume, he'd act extra nice to me, thinking he was getting away with it. He thought he was being generous by letting me stay in our house while he explored. Little did he know, every dinner receipt, every hotel booking, and every jewelry purchase he made for her was being logged into a very specific spreadsheet on my laptop. Because we had signed that post-nuptial agreement, any marital funds spent on external romantic interests were to be reimbursed to me in full upon divorce. And boy, was he spending. Leo got sloppy. He started taking Sarah to our spots. One night, I saw a notification on our shared iPad. It was a flight confirmation for a surprise trip to Bali. Total cost? $6,000. That was the final straw. While they were sipping cocktails on a beach, I was at home with my lawyer. We didn't just have receipts. We had a paper trail of him skimming money from our children's college fund to pay for Sarah's designer bags. He thought the open marriage meant the rules were gone. I knew the rules were just beginning. Leo returned from Bali tanned and happy. He walked into the house, expecting me to have dinner ready. Instead, he found 3 suitcases by the door and a man in a suit waiting in the living room. It wasn't just a divorce filing. It was a notice of financial reconstitution. Because of the fine print and the postnup he signed so eagerly, he owed me exactly $84,000 before we even discussed the house. Sarah, she was fired the next morning. It turns out, using the company credit card for client lunches that were actually dates doesn't go over well with HR when an anonymous tip, sent by me, lands on their desk. Leo is currently living in a studio apartment and taking the bus to his new, lower-paying job. He reached out last week, crying about how cold I was. I didn't reply. I just sent him a screenshot of my latest bank balance, the one he helped build with every open date he took. If you're going to ask for an open door, make sure you're prepared for what walks out of it. Like I always say, karma doesn't have a deadline, but it does keep very good receipts.